Hours after the Australian government expelled Iran's ambassador to our country, Ahmad Sadeghi, other Iranian diplomats have also fled the nation. They did it under the cover of darkness. Some embassy staff were seen covering their faces as they left, while at least one gave a little, playful wave goodbye. The embassy staff had actually been given a week to leave the country, but they chose to flee immediately.
Our analysts carefully weigh and weight every piece of intelligence. In this case, their conclusions are clear.
So, according to Australia's spy agency, ASIO, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps directly funded and orchestrated at least 2 attacks on Australia's Jewish community. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the agency found clear evidence of Iran's culpability in these attacks. One of the incidents was an attack on the Adass Israel Synagogue in Melbourne. That happened in December of last year. 2 masked men set fire to the building. And then ASIO believes Iran was also linked to the firebombings on the Lewis Continental Kitchen in Sydney last October.
There is no doubt that these extraordinary and dangerous acts of aggression, orchestrated by a foreign nation on Australian soil, have crossed a line.
ASIO says some of the perpetrators in these attacks on Jewish sites in Australia were paid to do it. They weren't doing it ideologically, they were doing it because it was a job, essentially. It says there were layers between the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the actual criminals who carried out the attacks. The idea here is that Iran recruited people via elements of organised crime in Australia to carry out the attacks. So it's not the Iranians themselves who did it, they used other people. These people were described by law enforcement as cutouts.
The expulsion of the Iranian ambassador from our country and the listing of the IRGC as a terrorist organisation are entirely necessary actions.
Iran is known to be a state sponsor of terror, and it has been behind attacks in quite a few countries around the Western world. That includes the United States, the United Kingdom, a couple of countries in Europe, particularly in Scandinavia, so Norway, Finland, Sweden. And obviously we can now add Australia to the list. Here we have a case where the Australian government has high confidence that Iran is responsible for anti-Jewish attacks within our own country. And that is the sort of situation that enables decisive action.
We speak about foreign interference. This is another level. This is foreign action and foreign violence being committed against Australians, funded and using criminal elements here.
Make no mistake though, the expulsion of a full-fledged ambassador is unusual. This is the first time Australia has done it since the Second World War. We have expelled diplomats previously in the intervening years there, but never a full-on ambassador. So it is a significant moment diplomatically.
They were attempts to undermine social cohesion and sow discord in our community.